Coach, start with a quick opening statement, and then we'll take whatever questions you have.
Whew. 3-6 seems like a while ago. I was really proud of our guys tonight. You know, Seton Hall is, I think, one of the toughest teams in our league, and I think our guys would say that as well. They have had an outstanding year. They're terrific defensively, and we felt that in the second half. We struggled in stretches to score the ball. They're really active. I think just you got to give them a lot of credit for battling back like they did from being down 15, and we give them a lot of credit. Listen, I think the credit belongs to our players. Players win games, and the guys to my right and my left, I wouldn't want the ball in anyone else's hands than theirs, and I certainly wouldn't want. I told the media after this when I was interviewed that listen, you know, about a month and a half ago, I told people to stop complaining about Roosevelt Jones's free throws, because one day they're going to look back and say, man, that guy won a lot of games. Well, this year he's won a lot of games at the free throw line, and that's a real credit to him. He's got a big-time heart, both guys do. So I think our seniors were the ones that carried us in this one.
Chris, this is not game specific, but do you pay a lot of attention to the bracketology and what it's going to take and everything else?
No, and you know, these guys know this. I got off Twitter about a month ago. Other than an occasional sneak peek, just because it was just becoming overwhelming, and I think it was too much. You know, it seems like it started earlier and earlier, and for us, it's followed us really since we got out to a 2-5, 3-6 start. So I think this team knows. You know, we've certainly been counted out a time or two this year. There's no question about that. That we have been counted out a time or two, and I think our guys have responded by literally. And these guys, I'm sure, are tired of me saying it, but it's really been about winning the next possession for us. As simple as that sounds, and whether that's coach speak or not, it's not. We're really trying to win the next possession. To get outside of that, I think, can be a real detriment to progress. I really believe that.
Coach, considering the caliber of the opposition, your first half seemed like one of Butler's best defensive halves of the entire season. Did Seton Hall do anything different in the second half to adjust to what you were doing?
They got loose in transition a little bit, and we were not as good defensively in the second half. There's something that was on us, some of that was on us. Now, they also, Whitehead made some incredibly tough plays. I had to settle down 21 over here because, he doesn't like it when guys score on him, but some of those shots he made were just, they were pro guys. And, but I didn't think we were as good defensively in the second half, and Seton Hall certainly had something to do with that.
Kellen, can you talk about going to the free throw line after you missed the two and you got one more chance, and so what was that like?
Yeah, I'm guilty of anyways. You go out there and guiding it, and I'm not trusting myself, which I totally should. And the next two, I just went out there and fired away. Coaches calmed me down, teammates calmed me down, so credit to them too.
Roosevelt, what was Seton Hall doing in the second half to kind of squelch Kellen and Healing? Because it looked like you and Andrew they had more opportunity.
Oh yeah, they were actually denying the ball when we was trying to run our it's called the 80 series, and they were denying the ball for the handoff. So it was basically like me and Drew playing a two-man game and making plays for our teammates. So that's basically what we had to do the rest of the second half.
Chris, were they just playing no catch, or were they using some triangle too? It looked like now and then they were.
I think they were. They were going zone to man some possessions, both in the first half and the second half. They've done that a little bit. They've shown that a little bit, zone to man in the middle of the possession. That bogged us down a little bit. More than anything, I think the picking up full court and then extending the defense in the half court on Kellen and listen, they're very good. They've got very good individual defenders. 14 is a terrific individual defender. Man, is he good. And and that disrupted us. But they did go some zone to man, which bogged us down a little bit. And fortunately, like Rose said, Rose and Andrew's ability to break you down, break down and make some plays off the bounce was good.
Coach, you alluded to this a little bit, but now here in the second half of the season, the only team in the Big East that has a better record than Butler is Villanova. I think you, Seton Hall, and Xavier all 6-2. I guess, you know, what can you all attribute that to? Because that's a heck of a reversal.
You guys want to answer that?
You got it.
Okay. You know, I just think we tried to stick with, you know, growing closer as a team and making daily improvement, as simple as that sounds. I think we just tried to not overreact to a difficult stretch or a difficult game. And, you know, listen, I'm as guilty as anybody of being a prisoner of the moment, but that really can be a detriment to progress. And we just tried to keep it in perspective and just continue to improve. And these guys have done that.
Roosevelt, it looked like you wanted the ball late, knowing you're going to go to the line. Did you want that? Did you want that chance?
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty confident this year in making my free throws. And Hogan, you don't know it, but he put that confidence in me to make sure I can go to the line and step up and make the 2 free throws. So in the end of game situation, I'm always confident that I'll make it.
Did you say Holman doesn't know it?
No, I said he put the confidence in me that he has confidence that I make my free throws, so that puts confidence in me when I'm at the line and make my 2.
This is probably a trade secret, but what was that play when Kellen, on the inbound play that Rose passed into him, Kellen dashed to the
It was a great read by Rose. We had an action that we scored on, a late clock action that we scored on in different ways. And the inbounder, Kellen made a great cut. The inbounder is so critical in those situations. If you notice, we have him inbounding in baseline out of bounds situations, and Andrew Travis inbounding in press situations. And they're as sure-handed and as good a decision makers as there are out there.
Just kind of unusual.
Coach, you mentioned those 2 older guys, but Austin Etherington gave you extended minutes tonight, and he's really played well the last few weeks of his career. So just talk a little bit about what Austin's contributed as the season's gotten into the later part of it.
He's been great. He's been great. Made a big shot in the second half. Tyler Lewis made a really big 2 when we were scoring, or we were struggling to score, and Austin made a huge 3. We were struggling to stop him. It's what seniors do. You know, it's really what seniors do. It's what you anticipate that they're going to do. We give him so much credit. He was critical of that.
This is for both players. As hard as you might want to try to insulate yourself from speculation this time of year, the bracketology and all that, how hard is that for you guys to do? Are you successful in doing it, or do you sneak a peek? Maybe talk about it from time to time.
No, I don't know anything about that. People come up to me talking about Joe Bernardi and what he puts, but honestly, I don't know anything or how to find any of that stuff, so I don't know too much about it.
When you guys have been on the bubble all season long, you guys can answer it. Once Seton Hall upset Xavier, do you look at that and go, okay, now this is a much bigger game for us, a team that's looking on the outside, possibly fighting to get in?
I look at every game on our schedule as a big game for us, since we kind of dug ourselves in the hole to start the Big East play. So we knew what we had to do to try to make an appearance in the tournament, with us taking it 1 game at a time. So we know every game that we play for the rest of the season is going to be a big game.
And you look forward to these games defending Whitehead, to take them all one-on-one? That's your job.
Oh yeah, I look forward to going every game regarding the best players, because I know I'm going to try to do my best, and they're going to come right back in and give me their best.
Yeah, I think that's right. And obviously, we've known how good Seton Hall is. I think they can win. I think they can get to Sweet 16. I think they're that tough and together. So obviously, this was a quality win.
Anything else? All right. Have a
Okay,
good night.
Thank you.